Okay, in our last video, we created a task sequence for an office build. And when I say office, I say professor is going to walk in with a computer that needs to be rebuilt, or we need to build a computer for a new hire, a faculty or staff. So we create our task sequence, which is our recipe of how we want the operating system to deploy, format the hard drives for us, click through all the boxes, and basically automate the process. But you can also edit your unattend. Now there's a lot of ways to ensure this process gets done correctly. So let's go ahead and edit our unattend. And our unattend is basically another way to tell it how to do the same thing as a task sequence. And that's what it's going to do. The task sequence will edit the auto unattend or Unattend.xml depending on what you're running. And you can see all the components and the packages in your catalog. You can do anything you want. You can click through and it'll tell you, okay, click on the first one, International Core WinPE. It's going to tell you your UI language, your user locale, and you can expand all of these. It'll give you setup language so you don't have to choose English. Enable firewall, restart, little drop down boxes, whatever it may be. But you're basically telling it to. Okay, so it'll basically tell it where to install from. Since we did this all in our task sequence, it's pretty much filled out for us, but you can always come in and fine tune all of this for sure. User data. You can make, I like this one. It accepts the EULA, so you don't have to type in your full name, whatever, it doesn't matter, product keys, and so generalize, registered owner, Windows user, and you can click through all of these. Driver path, it'll tell us where to find the drivers. Expand all of these. And this is worth looking into. Every time I make an operating system, I don't have to look in here. So say you install the operating system and it restarts and it goes to where you name your computer, your time zone, choose your time zone, your internet settings, your update settings, whatever it may be. You can actually go ahead and create an account. And you can put, remember when we skipped that administrator password, you can put it in here, whatever. And then you can tell it to auto log on, which is pretty awesome. Now for the UB, this is going to do everything for you. So we want it to hide the EULA, and it's going to hide the local account screen. It's going to accept all these for you. And we can tell it to skip the machine UB. But we don't want to. We can tell it to skip the user UB. Yeah, that's fine. And then down here we can just make a user account or whatever it may be. Since we're only launching the administrator, it'll always launch the administrator account first after you come out of deploying an image. So we do want to name it, so we want this box to pop up. Makes it a little easier when deploying an image. So if you're deploying to a specific group of computers that all use the same hardware, you can just go ahead and set the resolution. Since you're already injecting the drivers up here anyways, it only makes sense. You can click through these and see what else we can find. OEM name, you can see that we set these. Oh, look, an error. I'm not Pacific, I'm Central. So you can come in here and type Central. But for now, you can also go up here to your tools, drop down and validate the answer file. It will give us errors since I screwed something up. And just double click on them and it tells you, oh, and you read it, you fix it, then you save it when there's no errors, and you exit. I'm not going to save this. We're going to apply and click out. And that is a basic idea of what an unattend or auto unattend.xml is.